Wait, Mr. Ozma have a new interview? It's simply impossible to make a difficulty that's just right for all players. Yeah, that's true. How Final Fantasy XIV lead battle designer has been playing a precarious bet. I have no idea what this word means. I've never seen this word before. Balancing game for Dawntrail dungeon and raids. While Final Fantasy XIV is often praised for its story, except Dawntrail, it's the end game where players spend their most time. True! Wow! Who wrote this article? PCgamer? An actual reviewer that knows what they are typing? First sentence already correct? With Dungeon Trial, Savage Raid, and more casual, 40 has something for everyone. The latest expansion, Dawntrail, has the best endgame yet. And I wanted to know how the team fine-tuned the challenge across the MMO variety. I recently sat down with the lead designer, Mr. Ozma, to chat about trying to please everyone. I believe it's simply impossible, okay? Each piece of content should be designed with a specific demographic in mind, with a difficulty that's just right for the target audience. At the same time, I also believe the content should still have something in store for players outside of the primary target audience. See, Mr. Ozma is the only guy that believes in this and the only guy that actually make content like this. He's not talking about this because he didn't make this. FRU is not that. FRU is not a content where he believes should have something in store for players outside the primary target audience. Whoever made FRU made it so that this ultimate is for everybody, which is not what ultimate has been. What he said here definitely apply to chaotic. For example, alliance raid are primary target for those who don't participate in high-end raids such as extreme troll or savage raid. True. On the other hand, those who enjoy savage raid and other high duty may find that alliances are neither satisfied and engaging. That's true, that's true. Now he's talking about 24 men, he's not talking about chaotic, he's talking about 24 men. That's true. To them, the alliance raid will be boring content. That is true. So although we adjust difficulty content based on the primary target audience, we still try to make the challenge as enjoyable as possible for all players, and we apply that philosophy to all content. This approach makes sense, especially when you put into practice. For example, patch 7.0 added blah 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 extreme, which was designed with the target audience of players who are trying extreme trial for the first time. True, okay. Players may probably felt encounter was easier than extreme trial. Actually, not really. I think that this 3EX trial so far has been pretty good. I think whether you are a first timer or you are an end gamer, I think these 3 trials are all pretty good. Now, when I say all pretty good, I don't mean that they are difficult. I don't mean that in terms of difficulty, they hit the nail. The fight encounter is perfect. The length is great. The DPS check is tight. No. But I think all these 3 EX, they made it a way that all 3 are fun, whether it's for veterans or for newcomers. I think, personally. Now, obviously, my sort of expectation is not the same for everybody. I mean, that is why, like, his own expectation is that he thinks that some of these EX are not fun for veteran. But actually, surprisingly for me, even as a veteran, I think that this 3 EX is fine. This 3 EX is better than Zeromus. This 3 EX is better than Endsinger. Now, is this 3 EX better than Golbez and Barbarisha? Maybe not yet. But does that mean that these 3 EX are not good? No, I think these 3 EX are good. But even so, I believe many veteran players still found the balance again, Avali Gamanda to be a refreshing and enjoyable one, thanks to flashy attack and mechanics and mountain fire. Yeah, true. By approaching each content of slightly differing players rather than trying to please everyone at once, battles are able to retain their sense of uniqueness. Except FRU. FRU have no uniqueness. Sadly, very, very sad. I want you guys to ask yourself, anyone who have done this ultimate enough, do you think that this ultimate has any uniqueness? This ultimate is the least creative one. This is the least mechanic one, least unique one. A lot of rehash mechanic. Bosses are all the same. Yes, sure, okay. Pandoria is new, but the arena, none of them felt new. Like this is the least unique ultimate. It was unique in a way that I wish it wasn't released. Something that is particularly apparent since the Dawntrail expansion compared to the previous one. The level 100... Okay. He's talking about dungeon. Okay, the dungeons are well done. The difficulty of battle content in patch 7.0 onwards have been discussed with core members of the battle team, including producer... Okay, I'm sorry, man. Yoshi P is not a core member of the battle team, man. Maybe he was before. He no longer is. I don't think Yoshi P plays this game anymore. I don't think Yoshi P plays this game at that level anymore to be considered a core member of the battle team. Maybe he meant separately. You know, we are doing it with the core English, right? Maybe this punctuation here maybe is talking about Yoshi P as like a separate entity outside of the core members team, but Yoshi P is not a core battle member team. Prior to 7.0, our policy of reducing gameplay-related frustration was sometimes taken too far. In some cases, even the hurdles and frustration that existed to make the gameplay more engaging were eliminated. We make them less fun. With that in mind, we shifted to a design policy operating greater emphasis on enjoyability. This major shift took place in 7.1. It was decision for us with a lot of unknown factors, but we are... Okay, he didn't talk about Ultimate. He's only talking about Dungeon, and he's only talking about EX Trial so far. Boss have their position once more, and recent duties like Ultimate was staffed with pockets of downtime, their jobs planning their rotation more strategically. Okay. Is that the only thing he's gonna talk about Ultimate? Is this part of Ultimate mechanic now? Planning our rotation strategically in downtime. Is this really part of Ultimate difficulty now? From 7.0, our policy is assess and adopt interesting ideas as much as possible. There's a fine line between gameplay-related tension and fun. In moderation, tension makes for a greater sense of achievement when hurdle is overcome and the content is clear. Reducing tension and difficulty in terms can undermine a player's improvement and sense of achievement when taken to the extreme. With that in mind, reassessing the balance between a sense of achievement and the stress required became our primary aim. Okay, I don't dispute that. If it is too difficult, then the hurdle becomes too big and that achievement becomes kind of bittersweet. And if you can strike the right balance to make the achievement and the stress required at the perfect level, that is the best thing to do. I agree. But FRU and Arcadia is definitely not that. FRU and Arcadia is them missing the mark. Their primary aim, the bullseye to them, is to find the perfect sense of achievement and the effort put in. Both Arcadia and FRU miss the mark. It's slightly too easy. This is what Mr. Ozma and this is what Final Fantasy XIV team is trying to do. This is what Final Fantasy XIV is trying to do. They are trying to hit this mark. Okay, I try not to be too critical here because I think Chaotic is really good. This is where they land. They miss a little bit. Is that Xeno's head? No, that is your... Okay, I almost said the thing I shouldn't say. For example, the Alexander Raid in 3.0 featured a variety of unique mechanics, including raid. Okay, I say this a million times already. Why do we keep going back to 3.0? Why does the dev team so fixate on 3.0? Why do they keep using 3.0 as like the ceiling? That they are like, we don't want to make raid becomes like that. We don't want to make job become like that. We don't want to make difficulty becomes like that. We don't want to make the game troublesome like that. And it's always referencing 3.0. 3.0 is a long time ago, man. Nobody remembers it. I mean, man, half the player base don't even play it. Stop going back to 3.0. Stop using 3.0 as a reference point. Use 4.0 instead. 4.0 is good in terms of battle content mechanics, in terms of job identity, in terms of rotation, in terms of optimization. 4.0 is perfect. 3.0 is too difficult. You shouldn't keep looking back at 3.0, including riding and operating a mount, being quarantined in the room via a crane game mechanic, or transforming the gorilla to punch a bomb away. Dude, this is good, man. I don't know why people don't like it, man. If we continue to vent ideas like those out of concern or frustration, like losing a DPS when turning a gorilla, our content will lose the diversity and all bosses will end up following the same pattern. I don't know, man. I like it, man. I like the God Walker and I like Gorilla. I like the fact that you have to protect the towers when you are doing Cruise Chaser. I like the fact that you have to go into a jail cell while doing the God Walker boss and then hit on the lock and then kill trash mob in between bosses. I like it, man. We also don't believe that everything needs to be unique. After all, some battles should remain orthodox while others can be tremendously innovative. Okay, yet again, man, I'm sorry, man, Mr. Ozma. I love Mr. Ozma. But because Mr. Ozma didn't do this ultimate, I think he doesn't understand. This ultimate has nothing to do with everything he mentioned. Nothing. During 6 months, we received a player feedback regarding a lack of mid-core content. That's me. As well as a strong desire for more large-scale content. That's me. He tells me the Chaotic Alliance raid is our direct response. Dude, I literally go up to Yoshi P and Mr. Ozma face to say this to them, man. I literally say this in their face, eye to eye. I told them, this game got not enough mid-core content. Do you plan on any 24-man? Because 24-man is the only content you haven't touched yet. I think Mr. Ozma doesn't know about the ultimate. I don't think he overlooked because this is a brand new project and Mr. Ozma and his team particularly focus on this content. So I don't think Mr. Ozma has anything that he knows about the ultimate. I hope that now he's got time or even he himself go back to play it or he himself watch people play it. I do hope that now he's like, okay, you know what? I wouldn't say it's unacceptable. I think it barely passed. I'm talking about ultimate difficulty, okay? Obviously it's challenging, but as an ultimate, it's not challenging enough. I'm just talking about when you compare to all the other 6 ultimate, this is the easiest, least challenging, and the least unique one. It is. It is. It is the most accessible one. If you put in time and you want to do an ultimate and you want to clear an ultimate on patch, this is the one you want to do. Just like Arcadia. This is the one savage that you call yourself a week 1 raider. This is the ultimate that every ultimate players can say that, hey, I cleared an ultimate on content. But it's not good enough in terms of innovation, creativity, and difficulty. It's not. All 3 they miss. Right? So hopefully Mr. Ozma now sees it. They have the number. They can see the clear rate. They clearly will compare the clear rate. Just like when they did 3.0 Savage. The very first time they have this Savage series. Right? They look at clear rate, right? They look at creator versus Midas versus Gordius. And then they decided that, okay, creator clear rate is what we want for ultimate. So this time they also have the numbers. They're going to look at FRU clear rate, and then they're going to compare to DSR, and they're going to compare to top, and or even compare to T. And then they probably will look at this like, oh, this time so many more, 3 times more players have cleared this on content versus DSR and top. When they look at the number, is that good enough? I don't know. And I'm not going to tell you that to them. It's not good enough. Maybe they think it's good enough. At the end of the day, it's their decision. But based on what he says, I don't think it's their standard. I don't think it's what they want. Because again, I don't think it's unique. I don't think it's innovative. And I don't think there is a balance between a sense of achievement and the stress required. You understand? I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Because I do think that this chaotic is pretty unique, pretty innovative, and also has a balance between sense of achievement and the stress required to achieve it. I believe it. I think so. So he made this content. I can feel it. He didn't make this ultimate. And I don't think everything he says applies to ultimate. I don't think he thinks FRU is up to standard. I could be wrong. You know what? Maybe I should DM him. Maybe he will answer me. Maybe not. I don't know. Chaotic is our direct response to this request. With that in mind, we decided our target audience will primarily be those who fall somewhere between Extreme Trial and the first 2 Savage Encounter. Yeah, I think they did. I think this chaotic is exactly this difficulty. And this is the part that I don't understand why people say this is too difficult. If you cleared EX trial and you clear the first 2 Savage, I think you clear this chaotic as easy. I think you farm this chaotic as easy. It's like going to an EX trial. You are not going to expect that group to get the farm done. You're not going to expect your weekly re-clear to be 1 shot, 2 shots. Sometimes turn 1, turn 2 will take you a couple of days. Sometimes turn 1 and turn 2 will take you a couple of nights. You're not going to stop there. You're not going to give up. On the Wednesday, you don't get it. Thursday, you get it. Friday, you get it. Saturday, Sunday, you clear turn 4. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes on Tuesday, you clear everything. Sometimes you get unlucky. Wednesday, Thursday, then you clear something. That is the expectation, right? So why do people think that this chaotic is impossible, too difficult? When the reality is all these people that, which is their target audience, all these people who are their target audience, who can tackle Extreme and the first 2 Savage, probably don't find this chaotic that troublesome anyway. Why are people out there thinking that this is too difficult? This difficulty is exactly what they want it to be. And I think that they got it perfectly. Like, this chaotic difficulty is perfect. I don't think it was too difficult. I don't think it's too easy. I think it's exactly here, which is what they want. We also created a raid with the goal of designing a UT encounter to emphasize the experience of battling in 24 hours. Yeah, this one definitely, I agree it's there. They are trying to emphasize the experience of 24-man and actual experience in 24-man, not just creating 8-player raid times 3 and make it call it 24-man. Chaotic raids are brand new type of content, so we are not sure if everything will work out as planned, but we are glad if you could try and let us know what you think. Oh, perfect, 10 out of 10. Please do it again. Please do it again. Please keep it at this difficulty. Please make it involving more 24-man rather than just 8 times 3. Just do what you do for Cloud of Darkness and do it for Ultima. I think that chaotic fight will be good. The High Seraph, that one will be good. If I learned anything, is that it's hard to satisfy every playstyle, but you wanted to make sure that everyone still feels heard. Different players have different opinion. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna DM him right now. I'm DMing him right now. I'm like, Mr. Ozma! Let's see whether he will reply me. I just told him the chaotic is 10 out of 10. Very, very good. It is a perfect 24-man and perfect difficulty. Please make more in the future. I also want to know, what do you think about this ultimate? Do you think it's too difficult, too easy, or just right? Keep up the good work. Happy New Year. Doesn't hurt to ask. Look, man, you go to a lecture theater. It's your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th day in the lecture theater. You notice this girl sitting alone these 5 days. Maybe she have a boyfriend, maybe she doesn't. It wouldn't hurt for me to go over there, sit beside her and say, hi, can I sit here? Now, obviously, you're not gonna tell her that I've been watching you for 5 days, you have been alone, I just want to sit. No, of course you're not gonna say that. Don't be a f***ing idiot. Hey, you just happen to be there. Oh, is this seat taken? You notice that it's been vacant for 5 days. Is it okay if I sit here? Is your boyfriend coming? Oh no, I don't have a boyfriend. Yes! Woo! That's one step out of the way. Oh, I'm sorry. But is it okay if I sit here? If not, it's okay. There's nothing wrong asking, guys. What is the worst? F off. Okay. If Mr. Ozma doesn't want to talk to me, then he just don't reply. I don't care. Doesn't hurt, right?